Hi everyone, good day. So today I'm going to be showing us the phase 5 of this project. So this project is a property staging and styling business which help businesses, homeowners to style their property and then put up for property sale. So here in our last discussion on the last workflow for the phase what I worked on, which is this, we talked about the listing URL and then we talked about the schedule trigger workflow. Here, this is going to be a scanner, a listing scanner that helps us to scan through the listing URL provided at the first phase of this project. So let me remind us, on the first phase of this project, when the lead submits a particular property for them to be able to put up for sale, they include a listing URL for that particular property. So here, in this particular workflow here, this listing scanner, the scheduler, is going to run and check the listing URL that was passed to that particular property details that was provided, and then we are using the API, the real estate .com EU for this property to check if this to check the details of this listing URL. So through that, we are able to know the status of that URL, if it's currently on under offer, sold, expired, unknown, or the particular property is listed. So with this now, we are going to know if that particular property is sold. So here, let's say this particular property is sold. Now, once it's sold, it's going to move, it's going to update the status to sold. So our here we have our status as sold, which means that particular property has been sold. Now, let me go to the phase 5 workflow to tell us after this particular status, the property has been sold. Now we have our phase 5 workflow. This phase 5 workflow is basically, it's based on pick up and then close out. So that means we want to pick up some details from the property, some credentials from the property, and then want to close out this particular deal, so that we want to know that, okay, this particular property has been sold and completed, and nothing to be done with it again. So this is the flow that's going to do that for us. We have three workflow. So the first workflow in this phase 5 is what pickup initiated. So when the listing scanner has scanned the listing property that was put up for sale, this scanner now is going to trigger every hour to check the status of each listing property that was provided, to check if their status has been sold. So once it sees this particular status of a property that's been sold, it's going to trigger this workflow. So this workflow is going to trigger every hour to check the sold properties that need for pickup coordination. So once it's done that, we are getting the record. So we want to find this record by what the listing status, which is sold, and also we want to ensure that the pickup has not been initiated before. So we want to make sure that we are picking only the property that is sold and that pickup has not been initiated before. So that is what this one is doing here. So once we do that, then we move to the edit field. This edit field is to extract some key fields, some details for us to know the exact data that we are working with. So that's why we have this here. Now let's go to the next one. The next one is to send a congratulation message to the client and also to the agent to tell them on the successful sale of this particular property, and then inform them the pickup will be scheduled in a later run. So this is just to maintain some positive relationships and all. So after that, we send a pickup briefing to the operational team, or let's say the truck team, to know the property and the client details, all the access information and the instruction needed for them to execute this operation successfully. Now, after that is done, we move to mark that particular pickup, that particular property record as what pickup initiated, to know that, okay, this particular property has been initiated for a pickup. Now, which we set the pickup initiated to true. We also had the timestamp and the date of when the pickup was initiated, and we changed the status to what pickup has been scheduled. So here is to tell us that what, okay, this particular property that was sold has been scheduled for a pickup. Now it's now left for the team to start moving for the arrangement. Now after that is done, we go to our next workflow in this phase 5 workflow, which is we are still in the pickup and the closeout workflow. So here's the next workflow. This next workflow is now, this is when the operational team has received the data. Now we are including a form inside it. So that form is going to provide it to the operational team to tell them that to know about if they have received a particular confirmation of the pickup. They want to confirm that this particular pickup has been confirmed. So here it says the webhook received the pickup confirmation form submission from the tally when the truck team confirmed that what they've completed the furniture pickup. So here is the webhook that's going to do that, and we have our webhook here. We have already connected to the integration. So we integrate it to the webhook. So once the data has been submitted, it's going to pass it to our webhook, and we get the response here. Then we are extracting the form field with our code node. So the code node is to get the job ID, the key return method, and the crew node. So we want to know where the details, the credentials, the key return is dropped. Is it dropped at the office or at the agent or anywhere? So we want to be able to know, and if the crew are any other notes that will be provided for us to know what is happening. So after that, we fetch the job details using the job ID. And also here I'm doing a verification just for idempotency's sake, for us not to approve or update any ID that is not correlating. So this is just for security and data integrity. So we are validating the job ID. So once we've done that, now we are updating the status of the record. Now the updating the status of the record to what pickup confirmed true. Then once to what when was the pickup done and the status we are changing it to pickup. Then we update the key return method. Where was the key returned to? Then the crew note, and then we are notifying the client and the agent of the confirmation of the pickup completion from the operational team. And then here is when the job ID and the one fetched from the Airtable database are not correlating. Then we are sending an error message to the data that says what valid, the job ID does not match. So that way we are able to ensure there is data integrity. Now the third workflow for this particular phase 5, which is the pickup and the closeout phase, is now when they've confirmed the pickup, the operational team has sent the form and then they've provided the details. Now here is where the agent and also the client is going to get an information of the details of the pickup confirmation form that was submitted by the operational team. So here is going to capture the confirmed pickup, where the key was returned, and any other additional comments. And here we are transforming the data to clean up the data and just have a clear of the data we are working with, and we are updating the status to what's completed. Now we know that what that job has been completed, the pickup also has also been completed, and we are sending a completion email to the client and also to the agent. So that is how this workflow is going to go. Now I'm going to execute this workflow to see how it's going to interact. Now, like I said, once the scanner has scanned this project, it's moved the status to what's sold when the property has been sold. Now this is going to pick it up to see which property. So here I'm going to cut this off first, so for us to see. So here I'm going to execute. So here, so it's executes. We are seeing just one item sold. If we go to the status, you can see here just one item has been sold. So we go back to our workflow. Now let me just join it back and see how it goes. So I'm going to execute the remaining again. So now you can see now it's updates that send the congratulatory message and also the briefing and also update our pickup. So if we go to our database, we should see the details. You can see pickup initiated, checked, and the time that it was initiated. And then we should go to our email. Now this email will be sent to the operational team. So it's saying what furniture pickup required, telling them the details, the property, the client, the agent, and then mark this job as picked up. Then here, now you're sending an email to say what congratulations on their sale, wonderful, the property address and the details they needed to see. And after that, now once the operational team get this email, they will submit a form. So here is the form. It's going to link to what where they are going to confirm the furniture picked up. So where do you return the key? So they are providing where they return the key, so the clients and the agents can they can know. So here I'm saying what you can say. Let's just pick dropped at the office. Let's say we are already moving. So once we do that, now let's go to our workflow. Let's execute this. So we are executing this and sorry. Okay, so I'm going to execute this workflow. So now I'm going to submit the form. I used webhook. Okay, sorry, let me just change this to this, and then we have this. So I'm going to execute again. So let me go back, and so here we have our drop at the office. We are moving. So once I submit this form, it's going to pick it up. Now it's executing. Now it's going to update and then notify the client and the agent. So once we go to the client, now let's go to the client. So this is the client. Now they say what they have gotten the update that what the furniture pickup complete, and they have also confirmed from their end if it has been picked. So here is to confirm the key return by the client or the agent, depending on who got the email. So once they got the email, which is this workflow that's going to be sent now. So here we are going to execute and then go to, then we say confirm key return. So here, because the agent is the one that confirmed the key return, and we click on the key return, we click on key confirmed, we are going to say yes and say thank you very much. And I click on submit, and this is picked up and we get a completion email. So we go to our completion email. So you say what job complete, and when we have received your pickup confirmation, everything has now been officially completed. The key return confirmed by thank you, and thank you for trusting to stage your property. It has been a pleasure. So this is the message to show that this particular property has been completed and scheduled and picked up. So if you go to our details, you can see that the key return dropped at the office is here. The pickup confirmed is checked. The crew note is what we are moving, and then the status has been updated to completed. So here is how the flow is going to go for this phase 5. So it's pick up the sold property from this hourly schedule, then send the confirmation to the operational team, and the operational team send the details back to the client. And once they get the client or the agent received it, is going to get the details, and then they confirm the pickup that was complete, that was scheduled by the team, and then they're able to update the details to completed, and then it's a completion email was sent. So this is how this flow is going to be, and this will be the end of this project. So, and the project is basically for a real estate industry, and the business type is property staging and home styling company, which basically provides staging and styling services to help homeowners and real estate agents present properties for sale. And this model, we can call it a B2B to C kind of business model. And I hope we understand this particular project series that we completed. And also, you can just hit me on comment section or DM if you want to get more details about this project, or we can work together to build something for your business. Thank you very much, and bye.